Toastmaster Renucka, finding the key. Finding the key, Toastmaster Renucka.
What? You lost the key again? How many times this year, Renucka? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I got this dialogue many times last year of losing the key. And guilty as charged, I had lost the key quite many times. I would keep falling sick incessantly. Perplexed, you must be wondering what sort of a key am I talking about over here? Well, I am talking about the key of good health, that is the balanced diet. So all of us have had the need to try out some or the other diet in our lives, isn't it? I mean, if you know the feeling of staying awake at night with a burning sensation in your chest or a throbbing pain of gas, you know exactly what I mean. We often tend to eat some or the other foods which don't go well with us, and we have to face the result or the repercussions. So similarly, last year I was suffering with a lot of illness, and I thought, let's try some diet. Let's do something to improve my health. The first diet that was recommended to me was the Dikshit diet. Well, we have a cousin of you only live once over here, which is you eat only twice. And in this particular diet, you have 2 meals a day with no other foods to be taken in between those 2 meals. My best friend does this particular diet with great ease, and I also took part in it. Initially, it was very difficult. I kept feeling hungry and I had to really control to stick to this diet. Slowly, I got into the habit and then it became a lot more easier. But then, you know what happens? The goddess of temptation always walks in. And in no time, I found myself cheating on this diet, little by little. And once I started cheating, I did not go back to this diet again. Well, that's something for loyalty to diets. The next sort of a diet which I heard of was the keto diet. Now, it sounds very dangerous, but in this particular diet, we are supposed to eat only fats and no carbs. While this kind of a diet may please our tongue, I had always had certain doubts about the validity of this particular diet, because you're forcing your body to simply burn fats and produce energy for your day-to-day activities. So what I read about this diet in more detail, I found out that you need to practice this particular diet under proper guidance, or else it could lead to nutrient deficiencies and various other problems. So I never walked this way on this particular diet, and I guess if someone asked me, I would never recommend it to them either. The third kind of a diet that I heard from my aunt was the diet suggested by Dr. Rujuta Divekar. This was also much in talk when Kareena Kapoor did her zero figure size for a particular movie. And this particular diet was perhaps a food lover's paradise, because she said you eat every 2 hours. And again, not those unhealthy, junky kind of foods, but something that is healthy, maybe like a fruit or a juice or something of the same kind. So while this diet I did try for a couple of months, I only ended up adding more weight because naturally I didn't stick to the underlying healthy foods, which was told by Dr. Rujuta Divekar. And while I was searching through all these diets and wondering what would be the right choice for me, I happened to discuss this particular aspect with my father-in-law. And the insight that he gave me was something that has stayed with me for a good deal of time. What he said is that, Renucka, we have a very innate sense of what our body needs and it doesn't need. So this understanding is already present with our body. So just recall and think about it. When you eat some home-cooked food, which is something like dal, rice, roti, vegetables, salad, complete in all aspects. And you eat it to your heart's content. You simply know that you are full and you don't seek more food. Even if I presented you with a plate of samosas or vada pav in that time, after you have finished eating, you wouldn't dare to touch it. Rather, you feel that, no, I don't need this right now. I'm full and I'm happy. Similarly, or rather to contrast this, if you see when you eat foods like burgers, pizzas, or any other kind of food which you don't usually eat, you will find that your body still craves for something. Like I have observed myself, when I eat a burger or a pizza, I would go and just look something in the kitchen, something like chips, something like peanuts, just to keep popping in my mouth. And that perhaps is the greatest signal that your body is not content with the kind of food you have eaten. So while quantitatively, you may have eaten a good chunk of food, qualitatively, you are not quite there. And this could be a very good way of understanding what sort of food we are eating, whether it's good for us or bad for us. So with this, I guess, I hope you find your key of health and happiness and put it in a keychain tightly with you and not lose it the way I did. That's all from my end. Over to you. Thank you very much.